Okay, gang, this should be an interesting one. This is from Wrestling Flashback, and it's top 10 oversellers in WWE history. Now, there's a lot of reasons you could oversell, like Shawn Michaels did to Hulk Hogan. You know, you could do it basically to cast dispersions at him. You could oversell for a laugh, you know, for a joke, and then it takes on a life of its own, like Rock used to do with the Stunners. And then you have guys who just get really over enthusiastic with their selling, which you can't fault them for. Ooh, excuse me, guys. You can't fault them for wanting to
the term
put a match over, but
refers to being on the receiving end
easy
of a move and then making it look realistic. The wrestler is selling the idea that they hurt the people watching the match. Over the history of pro wrestling,
wow, this just wow, look at Big Rikishi go
to their own detriment.
Ooh.
But when somebody oversells a move,
no, that was oversold. That looked like real contact.
Some people
yeah, but in fairness, wasn't that supposed to be in the era when Backlund had just lost his mind? That was good stuff.
But there's no denying that it could be downright hilarious.
Absolutely. And that oversell there by Shane, I mean, that was pretty cool. You could hear the crowd was popping. They were into it.
So in this video, I break down the top 10
a little something extra. That's good stuff.
Takes another shot right to the throat area.
Ricky. Now, to me, if you're going to do a silly finisher like Santino Marella's Viper there, an oversell is perfectly appropriate. Don't you guys think? I mean, that puts the whole spot over even better.
Special mentions go out to Greg the Hammer Valentine.
Yeah, Valentine with that flop. Yeah, I remember that. That was cool. I liked that. Oh.
Jerry the King.
I like those. I liked his just dead fish sell. That's the king. Like I said, a lot of these are a combination of the guys having a good time and just really trying to pop the crowd, put something over. Okay, now at that point he knows he's being a goof. But that's one of the things I always said I appreciated about Lesnar. He was the monster and perfectly willing to sell the shit out of whatever was thrown his way. I think that's awesome.
Triple H. There is no doubt that Triple H is one of the best inside the squared circle, but he's been known to oversell on a number of occasions. Whether it's his classic turnbuckle bump inspired by Harley Race, where he flips outside the ring.
I like that one. Makes the move look strong. I mean, that's all.
Hilarious selling of the Stone Cold Stunner.
Oh yeah, but everybody was doing those for a while, overselling those.
Or his own.
Nobody could oversell those like The Rock, though. Yeah, but the guys who are good with in-ring psychology, like Triple H, their oversells are spot on.
But there is no denying that it was so entertaining and still remembered to this day. Number 9.
Yeah, that was perfect.
Ted DiBiase was considered one of the finest in-ring workers of his generation.
$1 Million Man. Yeah, he was. He was a hell of a wrestler.
DiBiase was regularly the victim of hot tag comebacks by the good guys. He frequently bounced.
No, he put a little extra work into that when he walked around for a while before leaving.
He just got knocked out. He was also notable for perfecting a forward and backward flip on the mat.
I like those. Man, it's been years since I saw that stuff.
From his failed double axe handle from the turnbuckle. Number 8.
You got to remember too, when you go back to the kayfabe era, then they were really just trying to drill at home how much contact there was. Could guys overdo it? Sure, but in most of the context here, when you say overselling,
as Razor Ramon, he didn't
it's not a
get
bad
too
thing.
overboard with the selling, but when he made the move to WCW, Scott Hall would frequently take it too far in the most hilarious way possible.
Here we go.
Nothing wrong with that at all.
Combined with the flailing around the ring made him so entertaining to watch.
I mean, what do you guys think of it overselling like that? I have zero issue with it. I think it's entertaining. But I'm one of the rare
His uncensored 1998 match with Sting,
old guys, as I've told you guys, that
in terms of
likes the kayfabe era being over. I like the fans being in on it.
In 2002,
opens up more stuff like this. That's a great sell right there.
Number 7,
the hang in midair.
Billy Gunn used to love bumping around the ring.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Flipping and flapping like he was at a pinball
He's a good
machine.
call too.
Some of his
I hadn't even thought about Billy.
Oversells include the unique sell of the Stone Cold Stunner. Running head
Another
first
dead
into
fish
the corner
one.
Post. And flipping in the air when taking a clothesline.
Yeah, but that's a good sell on a clothesline. A lot of guys have done that over the years. I never had the athletic ability to do it. That's a good sell. I like that sell. That just looks strong as hell.
No
I mean,
denying that Billy Gunn had some amazing
you're putting your
oversells.
opponent over big with that.
Number 6, Devon Dudley.
Good old get
Devon
the
Dudley's
table.
selling was infamous. I mean, if you haven't seen him selling that chair shot from ECW as if he was having a seizure, you're in for a treat.
I love the Dudley Boys. Oh, I hadn't seen that one. Yeah, they're not wrong. That was like an entire meltdown. Brain malfunctions. Nothing works.
He also mastered the classic leg tumble when getting hit with a high-flying move.
That's good
As well as
stuff.
frequently going into convulsions, which would be called out by the commentators.
And both Dudley Boys could work the hell out of a match too. But I mean, in the context of like what Devon's doing here, if you're going to do that on the regular, it becomes part of who you are, part of your gimmick. Good stuff.
His overselling was so good that years later, Xavier Woods even imitated him when being hit with a 3D through the table.
Xavier Woods has had some great sells. That one on the
Before we
Stone
go on
Cold
to the top
Stunner he
five,
did
let's
the one time
reminisce
was
on some of
awesome.
the true MVPs when it comes to overselling. I'm talking about the referees, managers, and announcers who really perfected the art over the years.
That's cool. That's a cool sell. I like that. The ladder on the way down.
Went for a springboard off the chair and nailed the official.
That's good stuff.
Oh my!
Oh. Ooh. Those are all quality sells. What was his name? White? The blonde referee? It's gone out of my head. Spanish announce team. Mi amigo.
Number 5,
Even I know that much Spanish.
Ravishing Rick Rude was known for
I
his
like the fact
extremely
that
shredded upper body and his ability to
they're
work
telling
inside
this
the
story
squared
and
circle
appreciating
all over the place.
the oversells,
Whether he was
not
being tossed from pillar to post,
ripping
or
on them.
bearing the crack of his ass for the world to see. Rude knew how to turn it up to 11 when it came to selling a story. He was so known for his dramatic overselling. There is even a Twitter page devoted to his selling of the atomic drop.
That's kind of cool. Well, Rick Rude was one of the real life badasses too. So he's a very tough guy. He loved to fight. That's fantastic.
What a legacy to leave. Number 4, The Rock. WWE fans
Oh,
have
that's
shared videos,
oh,
clips,
yeah,
and
gotta
social
be
media posts of The Rock's
him selling
classic
the
selling countless
stunners.
times as the years go on. Rock was among the few wrestlers that reached the highest level who cared more about making his opponents look good.
Well, I don't think there was never any doubt that The Rock would
Infamous
do
sells for
whatever
the
he
Stone
needed
Cold
to do to
Stunner
put
will
over
live
a
in
match.
infamy for Rock's
Absolutely.
over-the-top selling. While the stunner is a great move itself, The Rock added a special effect to it. He used to flip all the way across the ring as if he'd been hit by a train.
Yeah, but isn't this one, if I'm remembering right, and you guys are more well versed on this stuff, he was doing that on purpose just to make Austin laugh, right?
He mentioned
At
that
least
he did
initially.
this because he and Austin would bet
Oh,
cases
there
of
you go.
beer on how crazy Rock could get with the sell of the famous stunner.
I gotta believe Rock got a lot of beer. Oh, I like that one.
Number 3, Ric
Stunned
Flair.
him, then
The
stunned
Nature
him.
Boy Ric Flair is one of the most entertaining wrestlers
Oh,
ever.
yeah.
Be
He's
on
one of
mic,
the original
wrestling.
greats at
Ric
selling.
Flair actually sold moves in a very humorous way, sometimes
Excuse
which
me.
many often felt as overselling. He took those simple moves and tried his best to make them look dangerous. At the time, it definitely worked. But looking
course
back,
it did.
it's hilarious because of how far the business has come since then.
And the face plant. I mean, you guys remember that? It got to where everybody was waiting for him to do that face plant. I mean, he would take a big move and start doing that little day strut, and people, I mean, the crowd would start roaring right along with it.
Corner. Flair would sell it all. Flair did the turnbuckle spot in nearly every match.
Yeah.
What he would do is put his hands on both sides of the middle rope by the turnbuckle, turn his body upside down, and then go over the top. He's also infamous for his exaggerated Flair flop. After being on the receiving end of a barrage of shots from
The old
fans,
face
Rick
plant.
would stumble out of the corner and fall flat on his face in comedic fashion.
Offensively, Eddie Guerrero talked to him before the pay-per-view.
Well, the thing of it is, overselling can't be a bad thing because look at how many legendary names are on this
Rick made a Hall of
oversellers
Fame
list.
career out of embellishing the impact of many moves, but it also helped him become loved by millions.
And see, all the other guys played right into it because they knew it was hot. It would pop.
Number 2, Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels thrived in every area of wrestling when making his name in WWE.
Wow.
Michaels would become known.
I was
for
just going to
selling
say the
cracks
exact same
career,
thing.
but
Michaels
like
did
the others
everything
in this
well.
list, amongst the great
Wasn't
selling,
one of my
there's
favorite
heavily
wrestlers, but you
exaggerated
couldn't
oversells.
deny the fact that he was as good as anybody, ever.
Shawn Michaels was often the prototype of a
Yeah,
WWE
that's-
superstar
that's-
that intentionally oversold.
That's a great sell of those clotheslines like that.
Bouncing from turnbuckle to turnbuckle and
Whoa,
flipping over
taking
the
it
top rope
full air.
with
Yeah,
hands.
there you go.
Michaels was also known for taking a page out of Ric Flair's book by getting Irish whipped into the corner and flipping up and over
And the thing is,
turnbuckle to the floor.
You know it's quality selling, whether you call it overselling or not, just by crowd reaction.
His most infamous overselling came from his match with Hulk Hogan
Excuse me.
at SummerSlam
But now-
2005.
But now there, he was
Around like a
looking
flying
to
fish throughout the
bust
match.
Hogan's balls. Because come on, that wasn't
There are
that
plenty of
wasn't
positive
Sean's
examples of the man
typical
selling in a
overselling
no-feature
there.
like fashion,
That was a whole
and they're
different
all
level.
Awesome to watch.
That's a good sell.
Number 1, Mr. Perfect. Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig, became known for his selling more than anything else when working against other credible
Again,
talents
another
in
guy that did
matches.
everything well, though, just like Sean. And I think there's a lot to be said for the fact that this oversellers
Flair may have
list
put the concept of overselling on
is
the map,
filled
but Mr.
with
Perfect
some of the
brought it to
best
forefront
wrestlers
of
ever.
WWF. Perfect's matches against Bret Hart, Tito
Oh,
Santana,
and now,
Ultimate Warrior,
you know who I'm really
Terry
shocked
Von
that they
Erich,
over out.
and many
And
more
I've told you
solidified
guys over and over,
all
the
over the
post-concussion
ring, twisting and turning upside down
kills
several
me on
times a match.
nouns, on
At
names.
WrestleMania 6, Perfect
I can't think of his
sold
name.
like crazy for Brutus the Barber Beefcake. At SummerSlam 1991, despite
Right
being
to
in
my
quite
tongue.
intense pain due
The
to a back injury,
blonde wrestler who worked for the
Perfect was
WWE
Bret Hart
forever. He
over
just
in a
got
big
let
way
go
from
at the end of
Madison
last
Square
year.
Garden crowd. One of his most famous oversells
one of my
was to
favorites, and I
receive an
forget
Irish
his name.
whip into the
It
corner and then
seems so
dramatically front
disrespectful,
flip
but
out
it's
as if
just
the impact had been too powerful.
pain damage. Okay, that one? It's a little forced.
Even when his career was more limited, Hennig still did his best to thump around the ring.
Win the title here tonight. Goldberg chops.
Oh,
And right now, Hennig's not thinking of
great sell. If you're selling
Hennig
a
said
nut
his
shot,
was his signature,
all
and
rules
that of a
are-
pioneer,
all bets are
as it would
off.
lead to future comparisons down the road. for the
oh
other
yeah, that
racers.
hurts. That getting twisted up in the ropes by your neck.
And for that reason, he
I've
has
done
to
it.
top our list.
It hurt.
today.
Dog overcame that low blow.
That's pretty cool.
And that brings us to the end of this video. As always, if you enjoyed the
Wow,
video, be sure
that
to
was
give it a
very
like
good.
and subscribe
Guys,
to the
what-
channel. Also, be sure to let me know in the comments who you think is the greatest
Big apologies for forgetting the name, but it's something that I deal with all the time. And this is one of my favorite guys, and to have his name go out of my head like that. But you all know who I'm talking about. I'm sure all of you will be in the comments telling me. Well, 2 minutes after I stop recording, it'll come back to me. But this was good stuff. And as I said, it might be oversellers, but that list is loaded with some of the best ever.